Hey, today I'm coming at you with one of my absolute favorite tools that you are going to use in the holidays to feel calm at every single gathering you go to. How do you like that? A woman over at the Greater Good Science Center named Eve Ekman writes about a special feeling we have this time of year. She calls the holiday schmear. I love this, it's brilliant. And she says, it's this combination. The holiday schmear is a combination of shame and fear together, right? The schmear. And I do feel like I get schmeared sometimes at the holidays at some of these family gatherings. So I just love that term. So I'm giving her credit, and I think it's brilliant. But we have this kind of shameful, I'm not good enough, or oh, I didn't do things right, or whatever, or all of our childhood crap, and this kind of fear, and they come together. And what happens is that we don't have great emotional responses to things. So we can sometimes be hostile, angry, yell at people, or we might withdraw, isolate, get really quiet, or you might drink too much, or do some drugs, or eat too much food. We can just tend to react in not good ways when the holiday schmear is going on. So here's my favorite tool, and it's called the calming anchor. It's not something I invented. It is a neurolinguistic programming technique. I'm going to give you the instructions for it. They're below the video. You can download it. But it is really, truly one of my absolute favorite things. I've been doing it for 30 years. I realized the other day when I think it's a little over 30 actually. That's how long ago I learned this, and it's been invaluable ever since. And the best part is you can learn it really quickly. It just takes minutes a day for about a week, and you can be using it. So you can't beat that. Again, all the instructions will be in the download. That's for free. That's down here somewhere. So just go download it. But I'm going to tell you right now what it is. So basically, what you're doing is you're going to get into a certain state, and then you're going to anchor it or connect it to something else. Okay, so that when you do the something else, it's kind of like Pavlov's dogs. You ring the bell and they salivated. This is sort of that same kind of idea. And you do the something else, and you're going to feel calm. So what you want to do is get yourself, so for a week before this family gathering or whatever you might be doing, if you can do it for 2 weeks, great. The longer you do it, the better. But you need a good 5 to 7 days before. And it takes 5 minutes a day. So 5 minutes you've got. Give me a break. You can totally do this. So what I want you to do is you're going to get in a calm, quiet space area. You're going to set a timer for 5 minutes, so you're doing it for 5 minutes. And what you do is you put yourself into state, which means a calm one. It means that your whole body is in this feeling. So you're going to use all your senses. That's how you get there. That's the difference with just thinking something and actually feeling it and being there and turning on your parasympathetic nervous system to keep you calm and happy. So what you want to do, what I do, is I've pictured myself, long ago I lived in Israel, and I used to like to go to the women's beach. They had a religious beach, which was only women, so I was cute back then, so I didn't have to worry about men trying to pick me up or anything. And I would lay in the water where the beach, hits the water, where the water's just sort of lapping up there. And it's Israel, it's the Middle East. It was pretty friggin' hot, right? And I would lay there with that cool sand. And that's what I picture. So I close my eyes, at home, and I put on the timer, and I picture myself there on that beach. And I can feel this cool sand on my back, down my legs, all the way down, and this water sort of lapping up onto my legs. I can feel this. I can feel the heat of the sun coming down. You know how good sun can feel? You just don't want to get overly hot, right? So this sort of cooling effect was happening at the same time as this beautiful heat. And then as I'm picturing this with my eyes closed, I'm feeling how that feels. There's sometimes a gentle breeze, the waves lapping up. And then I can hear there's women in the back. I can hear them talking to each other. Some of them are in Arabic, some in Hebrew, some in Yiddish. I can hear these little languages going on in the back, sort of a background noise. I can hear the seagulls calling to each other. I can hear the waves kind of lapping up. They're not crashing. They're sort of, that's how it was there, sort of lapping up to shore. I can smell, that wonderful salty ocean smell and the seaweed. I can smell these. So Again, and all you do is sit there, and that's what you do. You put yourself in that state. You have to feel it, see it, smell it, everything. And from there, what you do is you get into this state, and then you start to use an anchor. And anchors can be anything. They can be rings, or like if you wear glasses all the time, it has to be something that's with you always. A lot of people use their wedding ring or a watch or something like that. I use my fingers because I always have my fingers with me. You never leave home without them. So what I do is when I'm in that state, and I'm just picturing myself over and over, I play it like a movie in my head. You play it like a movie in your head. I squeeze together my thumb and my middle fingers. That's what I do. I just squeeze, release, squeeze, release. I don't have to pull them apart. Just squeeze, release, squeeze, release. I can actually feel this right now as I do it because I've been doing it so long. And I do that again until the alarm goes off. That's it. And then do that for a few days up until the event. And then what happens is at the event, let's say you're at your family gathering and your mother mentions, I thought we were dressing up for the holiday. You're wearing that? Even though you did get dressed up, you know what I'm talking about. Or your uncle is acting like a jerk and asking you, you just got married and he's asking you when you're going to make babies and, or how much money you're making now, or whatever uncomfortable question Uncle Mort has, that kind of stuff. When that happens, and we would normally be maybe thinking to go stuff our feelings with food or a drink, or maybe we'd be ready to be defensive or say something. Instead, you would squeeze together your fingers. Just squeeze them. Just sit there. And so why I love it is I can be in conversation with people and doing it. I've been at business meetings and doing it. I've been in an argument with my partner and doing it. I have been talking to my kids and doing it, or a best friend on the phone and something was heavy. Any of those things, you just do it. And it's incredible. You start to turn on that same calming feeling that you had before. So it's called a calming anchor. I have a little more detail for you in the little handout that I have, but I promise it's super easy and you will have great effect from it very quickly. So there you have it. I'm Dr. Abby Medcalf. I help people create lasting change in their relationships, even if their partner, brother, sister, mother, coworker won't do one thing.